Hey guys, it's Steph Barker, and we're back with more rudiments. This week I wanted to talk about Flam accents. And this rudiment is really awesome. I feel like I say that about every rudiment. I'm pretty obsessed with rudiments. But it's really important that you understand how to play a flam so you can really play these to the best of your potential. So a flam accent is played in a triplet formation, which we also talked about when we did Swiss Army triplets. A triplet is a group of 3 notes. So if your pulse is 1, 2, 3, 4, a triplet is 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 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 triplet. And that is actually the exact sticking of a flam accent. You're keeping the triplet form exactly the same, and we are going to accent on all those downbeats. So it's just alternate sticking, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And it's played like a triplet. So again, one more time with those accents. Triplet, 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 triplet. Now the flam accent has a flam in front of every single triplet. So it's important to keep your stick heights correct when you're first doing this. So I start with my right hand as the accent. So that means my left hand is going to be a lot lower, so that can be the flam. And we talked about the flams last time. So each downbeat has that. So that's the first one. That means the next one, my left hand is going to become higher because that's going to be the accented note, and my right hand is going to be making the flam. And you keep alternating like that. And notice how you can still see my hand coming up when I have to accent, but the other hand is low to make sure you can get that flam sound. And really starting out slow with these is really, really important to do in the beginning. And look at yourself. Look at yourself in your computer, or if you have a mirror, or just look at your hands to make sure you can visibly see the difference. Because it really, really makes a difference in the sound. If I do a flam and I can't even see like what hand is what, it really gets confusing because you don't know what hand is supposed to be doing a flam. But if you can visibly see it, like, oh, okay, definitely my right hand is supposed to be accenting because it's like way higher. So really make sure you can see that. Plus, it looks pretty BA when you can see how you look at yourself and you see your sticks moving like that. It looks really, really cool to see those heights. I used to like a lot of like drumline stuff. When you see how precise they all are and their heights, it's really cool, and it comes out in their technique and their playing. So when we do pad work, I really like to focus on that. So again, I'm going to do this from slow to fast. And of course, the faster you get, the lower your heights become because you're going faster, but you should still hear those accents. And just like with the Swiss Army triplets, I start to get into a little groove with my flams, and I start to like sway my arms a little bit. It's just like what happens when I get into flams. You might find that too. You get into that groove, and there's a sway that you can get. One more time from slow to fast. And now we're going to take it over to the drum set, and I can show you some fills that you can apply these to. So when we're at the kit, and when I'm thinking about flam accents, is immediately start moving those accents to different toms. And how I visualize my setup, I kind of keep, like, snare drum is like my home base. A lot of the technical things, I come back to the snare drum always. So all the other stickings are going to be staying on the snare drum except for the actual accented notes. So all the flams and all the triplet notes in between stay on the snare. All I'm doing is moving the accents. So the first little pattern that I'm going to show you starts out with the first accent on the right hand is the floor tom, and then the next 3 accents are going to be on the high tom. Then you start over. Floor, high, 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 floor, high, 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 and you always come back to the snare drum. So really slowly, this is what it would sound like. And if I was just doing triplets without the accent, it would sound like this. So you can hear there's a little bit more interesting and stuff going on with the snare drum because you're adding in those flams. It's like kicking it up like a little notch. And I'm gonna do that slow with the full flam accent, and then I'll speed it up. That's a cool little pattern to use as a fill. And once you get comfortable with that pattern, then I would move anywhere. Just you can move your, over to the hi-hat, to the cymbals, experiment, just moving around, cross over. That's a really cool one. And another thing you'll find when you move rudiments around like that is you'll naturally find places to cross over. So when you see people play and you're like, oh man, I really want to know how to do crossovers, like how do you do that? When you start playing rudiments and you move those key notes, either the accented notes or the starting of a cycle or a phrase, is usually what you're going to be moving because that's the start of the sequence. When you start moving at different places, it naturally creates crossovers that you could try. So I'm going to play this again really slow, the first pattern that I showed you. Then as I speed up, I'm going to start branching out and moving around to different areas just so that you can get ideas and see what it would sound like when you start to move around the kit. Just a simple little thing, when I start to get going on those and really pumping the gas, I like to just throw a downbeat, bass drum. Getting that pulse going can really, amp up a crowd during a solo because they know how fast you're going and it's really trying to, it's that extra little boost. Moving it around, how I moved over to the hi-hat, any different texture, it's really, really cool, and it's just the flam accent. You're moving it around, and it sounds like entirely different on a drum set. So take the time, really practice the flam accent, get it up to a speed that you want to start moving around the kit, and I hope you guys have fun with that one. I also like that one, but I like all of them. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. I like hats. I like this one.